Thank you. I was definitely pleased with them. It was a hard fought, hard nosed team that we played, and we knew it was going to be a 4 quarter football game. Luckily, we were able to get some subs in there late. I guess sometime in the 4th quarter. So I got some guys some Friday night experience, but pleased with the starters and the backups that played most of the game. Gilmer was a different type of ball game, but I'm proud of all the execution from all 3 phases, because to put away a team like that, it takes all 3 playing together because of what they do, and they limit the possessions. I think we ended up with 42 total plays.
Is that all?
Yeah, with normally you can have up to 75, 80 plays. So it was it was the least amount of offensive snaps that we've had all year, but we were able to execute when we did have the ball. We had one drive where we had to end up having to punt, but I think that was the only drive that they stopped us on, and then the defense was able to get enough stops to get us the ball during those times. So, and the special teams played solid, so it was a all around good complimentary game of football.
When it comes down to it, because of the way your pound and shoot offense scored quickly, you had a lot of possessions compared to last year. Last year was like 4 or 5 possessions for the entire game. This year you had 6 possessions, which includes a run into the clock. You actually had that was in the second half. You had a total of 10 possessions, 9 that were legitimate possessions. And the last one, as I said, just running out the clock. Yeah, it was different. You just said 42 plays, and man, it seemed you scored 49 points and you had 42 plays.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's
a lot of plays per point, or a lot of points per play. But like I said, the offense executed great. The defense played extremely hard and played assignment football for the most part. They were able to get you out of position every once in a while, but like what I talked about Friday night, you expect them to have some open passes just because it's of what they do. It's tough to stop the run, and then play action and hit the pass. But it's also not what they do. So if you're making them do that, you're probably doing a really good job on defense, and that's what it was. So it wasn't really too concerning with if they would hit a big pass or they can hit the option on a couple of times, but we were able to rally and not give it the big play.
Yes, when we did the replay show, I was impressed with your calmness when there was a pass play or a decent option play that got maybe 10, 12, 15 yards. It was just amazing. I talked to Drew Huff before the game, and I said, got to read your keys tonight, huh? And he said, yeah. And it's so hard when he's the only defensive secondary guy back there defensively lined up. We've got 10 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, no, he played extremely well. He played hard, and ended up being our defensive player of the week. Didn't play perfect, but played an extremely hard football game and did a great job of limiting those big plays.
We might as well mention the other players of the game. Then Drew Huff is your defensive
Yeah,
player.
offense was Hudson Chadwick, had 5 touchdowns, had 4 rushing and 1 receiving. Special teams player of the week was Sager Quinn. He had a block with his head, with his helmet. That's why we pay $400 for helmets. And then Hog of the week was Hudson Oliver. Played probably his best game of the year at left guard.
Yeah, junior at left guard. Sager Quinn came through like he wasn't. I mean, he's the biggest guy on the field. That Gilmer knew who he was. He just marched right through there. You said he blocked it with his helmet, we think?
Yep, the helmet. It went through his hands and hit him right in the face mask. So we'll take it any way we can get it.
I thought Drew Huff did a nice job, as you mentioned, defensive player of the game. Hudson Chadwick, Lord Almighty, when he had that 80-yard touchdown towards the end of the game, and they threw the flags, and I said, "Oh no, folks, I hope this is not holding." And the referees got together, had a mini conference of maybe 5 seconds or so, and they came with the chop block call.
Yeah, they kept cutting us out on the perimeter. I think there was three different touchdowns that we had a blocker out on the perimeter, and they came and cut us, and that's illegal. So that's why we got to kick off 3 times from the plus 45, which was we had three three touchbacks there. So, but yeah, it's the same kind of thing. When you see a flag on the ground after a long run, you're thinking, "Oh, we got to come back." But those three went our way.
And there probably could have been more called if you'd had more officials on the field. It's just what they do. Just outstanding effort. You won all three phases of the game. Your kicking game was much better this past week.
Yeah, it was. We had a real touchback. We had three touchbacks, penalty aided, but we were able to do that. PATs were 100%, and we punted once and had a decent punt. Wasn't great, but
had good coverage outfield. Good hang time.
Yeah, I mean that's what it takes. Like I said, to put away a team like that. It's just a different kind of feel of a game.
They took in the first quarter, we had a touchdown with 9:52 left. We give the ball back to them. We don't get the ball back until 50 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, first quarter went by quickly, and then it kind of lulled a little bit after that. But that's what they do. They try to bleed it out and limit your possessions. So every possession was extremely important on offense, and then field position was important on defense.
Yes, I was going to pull up my phone somewhere. Oh, here it is. The stats for last week's game were just phenomenal in what the Yellow Jackets did using Coach Raymond Hobby's stats. We had 298 yards rushing to their 202. We had 208 yards passing to their 123. As you said, we punted once. Rushing, Hudson, 12 carries, 173 yards. Tony Reed, 7 carries, 76 yards. I mean, you're talking double-digit average per carry. Bagley's beasts were doing a job against this team, and they're hard to block.
Yeah, they were. That was they played a little bit different front with a 4-down front, which we don't get to see much, but they did a great job. The tight ends and W's did a good job, and the running backs had a good night running the ball.
Yeah, and Trace was 12 for 15 for 180 yards passing. Jutt had 8 catches for 108 yards. It seemed like he didn't do a whole lot in the game, but he had 8 catches and broke the century mark again.
Yeah, he did. He had some good catch and runs and just good route catches, but and had some really good blocks as well. So he played a great game.
Hudson had 3 catches for 86 yards. It was just a very good dominating performance. Trace is up to 1,780 yards passing, had a 70% completion rate and 2 picks on the season.
Yeah.
Just outstanding. He has 18 touchdown passes. Jutt's hanging in there with 62 catches, 1,177 yards, 12 touchdowns, and he's averaging 19 yards a catch. And he's getting close to maybe a Calhoun season record for receiving yards.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. And Hudson Chadwick with the rushing, he is up to, if I can find the right page here. Oh, by the way, Blake Hammond, 67 tackles.
Yeah, Blake, that's one should have mentioned. He was the State Farm Player of the Week, but he had another solid game. Made a bunch of tackles, and he continues to do that. And he's ramping up his role in offense as well.
Yeah, Hudson Chadwick rushing is up to 741 yards. He's averaging 10 yards a carry.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Things are going well. It was a fun game to be at, and it's one of those games where I worry about it. My wife knows I worry about it. If I put her in your house, she'd really be worried. Yeah, it's just a tough team to play.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad that one's on the shelf and over with.
Exactly. So moving on, we travel to Heritage. Heritage is a region championship game. We're both 3-1 in the region.
Yeah.
As well as Adairsville.
Yep, it is. It's got some. We've never been there before, or at least since I've been here. It's a grass field, on the road. It's going to be a great environment. Looking forward to, and they get after it. They're a hard-nosed physical football team as well, who've lost a close one early and then lost Northwest, and they put some wins together. So it should be a really good night for high school football.
Yeah, it should be. I talked to their AD, Coach Elkins, who's also the head basketball coach up there. He was at Ringgold for a long time. I knew that name, so we got to communicate on emails. I'm anxious to see. Is this school closer to the battleground? I don't even know where it is.
I have no
Just know
idea.
Battlefield Parkway.
I know Ringgold's on the right side. I don't think it's on Battlefield Parkway. I think it's south of that. I think Ringgold's on the right side of the interstate, and then Heritage is on the left side. Is kind of my understanding of it, but we'll find our way up there somehow.
Let the bus driver take you to the game.
That's right.
Playing the game. The field's going to be 100 yards long. So
That's correct.
That's all we're interested in. It's a grass field, did you say?
Yeah, grass field. Hadn't played on that much. Played Westminster was grass, which it didn't seem like grass. It was like Augusta National, but it's grass. It's got a track down there. I think it's from everybody I talked to, it's a really good place to play football. So it should be like I said, a great atmosphere and two good teams that they're going to go at it and play for a championship. Not 100% settled, but I'm pretty certain that's what it is.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting night. It's my maiden voyage. I remember the first time I ever went to an LFO game. It was a driving rainstorm. We shut the windows and called the game from inside the press box. So it's going to be very interesting. This team runs and throws the ball.
Yeah, they did a good job, throwing the ball and getting the ball out to their athletes in space. But they also have a good running back who very patient. And once he hits the hole, he hits it downhill and full speed. So definitely got to stop the run to begin with, but also got to be wary of. They throw a lot of screens, a lot of little quick stuff to get the ball out there to their athletes.
Yeah, the running back number 7, Braden Slaughter, comes off a game where he had 14 carries for 163 yards and 2 TDs. So he does run the ball well. He is a senior. You'll also see him on the defensive side where he plays an outside linebacker. Quarterback does a pretty good job. They got a wide receiver, Cody Bryan, 99 yards of receptions. He has 5 TDs. Braden Stoker has 58 receptions. They got another player with 56 receptions. Cody Bryan, I said, with 9. I have 99 receptions, but that can't possibly be right.
Yeah, I think that's a little much there. Yeah.
A little high. I obviously copied the wrong number. But this is a good physical team. Disregard any previous scores because you're playing a team now, and they're coming off. They've got a couple games that they've won in a row, and they've got themselves back in the hunt for a region championship. So this is what we want to pay attention to: is what's happening now, what's not happened in the past.
Yeah, that's been the big key this week. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what their record previously is. Doesn't matter who they've lost to, how much they lost by. It matters about this game, and that's what we've making sure that we're focusing on. And we got to make sure that because they're going to be fired up, ready to go, and we got to make sure that we match that intensity from the kickoff on.
The Yellow Jackets have a mark on their uniform, and if a team gets a victory against the Yellow Jackets, it's a huge deal, particularly when the region comes into play. Size-wise, how do we match up?
They've got a couple of decent-sized offensive linemen. They've got they're big on the on the perimeter on the offensive side. They've got some big receivers that they can do a lot of stuff with. A couple of good size tight end type. So it should be a fairly even matchup. And they, like I said, up front, they really get after it. And are very hard nosed and physical football team.
Defensively, 3-man or 4-man?
They're a 3-man. They bump between a 3-3 stack and a 3-4. So just depending on kind of formation of what they give you, but they do a good job of keeping everything in front of you. Not except for one game, they've really limited the big play. And Northwest was able to hit some big plays on them early, and it kind of got the score lopsided early, and never could quite catch back up. But for the most part, they do a good job of playing assignment football and making. Not beating themselves, making you go out there and earn it. So we've got to make sure that we're taking care of the football and taking advantage of the opportunities when we get them, but also knowing probably have to sustain some drives to go score.
Yeah, the running back, Braden Slaughter, number 7, 5'11", 215. Number 2, Braden Stoker, 6'3", 190. Number 10, Cohen Fletcher, 6 feet, 170. So they've got some size.
Yeah, they got really good looking skill guys.
Yeah, they do. Any final comments before we let you get back to your duties?
No, looking forward to it. It should be like I said, a great night of high school football on the road. I would imagine it'd be a packed house up there with what's at stake for the game. So hopefully everybody can get up there. The bleachers are pretty tight from what I hear, so make sure you get there early and get you a spot.
Hostile environment. You're going to love it, right?
That's right.
Exactly. Well, we hope the Yellow Jackets take care of it, take care of everything just fine. Folks, put on your black and gold and come up and cheer the Yellow Jackets on to victory. It's a big game. I cannot believe it is the 9th game of the season, but we're going to be excited to see you there. And we'll finish up. Remember, next week's game is on Thursday, the home game. It's senior night, so we will not be playing on Friday. So we got a quick preparation coming up next week. Thank you for listening to Locker Room Predictions, brought to you by the Calhoun Touchdown Club. Go to the CalhounTDClub.com and pick out, click on the Locker Room Predictions, in the press box with Coach Clay, and you'll be able to listen to what we just talked about, and you can get ready for the ball game. You're listening to In the Press Box with head football coach Clay Stevenson.